Welcome. This is a video series provided by the USPA Polo Development LLC called Outside the Boards. It is geared towards ideas and concepts to help you identify club sustainability and revenue-generating opportunities for your polo club. This is to show you clever ideas for running your club as a business, not a hobby. Luck. Do you sit in the barn and wait for it, hoping a potential sponsor will walk down the shed row, or do you get out there and make luck happen? Let me show you how to make luck happen. Throughout the entire video series, I'm going to talk about ideas and concepts like pocket to pocket, piggyback, opening ceremonies, money shot, call to herd, exit flyer, Coke machine, lunch and learn, PR shortcuts, where's my presenting sponsor, cool ideas that don't cost money, and more. But today's video is going to focus on only one idea, Google, and it's the most important, the one that takes the most effort but gives the most return. I'm going to show you how to create a foundation of information that will take your polo club to the next level. Aren't you tired of struggling for money, wondering when the new players are going to show up and why the spectators don't arrive? That is why we're here today, and that's why you're watching this video. But first, I briefly want to show you what is outside the boards. When you look at your opening ceremonies, your sidelines, and the people who support our sport, it is obvious you are much more than a polo club. You are a community outreach, a town square, where people come together to sing the national anthem, autograph polo balls for aspiring equestrians, and raise money for kids with cancer. You provide a beautiful setting where families can enjoy a day in the sunshine, where a hula hoop contests can flourish, and we can take a moment to honor our veterans. Polo is the perfect sport. It is a 2-hour window of excitement, fun, food, family, and sunshine. It's in a beautiful outdoor setting for all to enjoy. Now let's get started. More money, more members, and more spectators is what I hear every time I go on a club consult. Today's video subject, Google, can help with all three. So I'm sitting in the polo office in New York and the phone rings. A young man on the other end wanted to know if I had a large grassy venue without any ants. He wanted to come and have a company picnic for 4 or 5 hours during the week where he would arrange all the food, all the tents, all the permits, and all the cleanup. He wanted to pay $1 per person. How many people? And what was the name of your company, I asked? 10,000 people, and my company is Google. So you can either teach 100 polo lessons for $100 each to make $10,000, or you can open your club's gates to the possibilities of leasing your venue for an afternoon to make the same amount. So wouldn't it make sense to Google the top 10 largest employers in your club's area? And wouldn't it make sense to Google the top 10 business headquarters in your club's area to see if anybody else wants to come and have a company picnic? Or you could call the soccer association, or the wedding planners, or the band competitions, fashion shoots, CrossFit games, dog agility, or Barrett Jackson for a car auction. I know I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but I am reminding you that there's easy money out there for the picking. I was asked to help Tom Goodspeed, who was starting up the Irving Polo Club. I called this Google Your Foundations and Resources. The goal of this exercise was to find out who is within the fabric of Tom's club that could create possibilities for more money, more members, and more spectators. You simply start with your club's zip code. Please note that all this information will be available to you on the USPA website under Google Your Club's Success. So I wanted to know, what was the population of the surrounding Irving Polo Club? What was its county? Who was its mayor? Tell me about the Chamber of Commerce, etc. And from this basic list, I can already tell you that there were 2 very strong leads sitting right in front of us, the mayor and the chamber. 8,500 people are in Tom's Chamber of Commerce, and they have an e-calendar. So if I was serious about growing my polo club, I would find $395, I would join the chamber, and then I would do 3 things. I would get my polo events on that e-calendar. I would schedule a polo talk where I would dress in my whites, perhaps take my calmest horse and do a show and tell. And I would arrange a chamber wine and cheese gathering field side on like a Thursday afternoon during practice. Now that one effort, that one $395 investment, could possibly hook 10%, which would be 850 people. Or at the very least, 1%, which is 85 people. Is your polo club ready to teach 85 people a polo lesson? What if the chamber bought a large seasonal tailgate spot? Out of 8,500 people, there has to be somebody, if not several somebodies, that would want to purchase a social membership, a VIP ticket, or more. Then there's the mayor. Instant PR. You call the mayor, you offer a free polo lesson, and before you teach that polo lesson, you call the press, the newspaper, the TV stations, the magazines to see if somebody wants to cover the mayor taking her first polo lesson. This is your shortcut to free, great PR. If you get in the papers, you get spectators. If you get spectators, you get lessons. If you get lessons, you get money. Now let's look at number 9. Other venues in your area. It's very important to know your competition. How much does the ballroom and the banquet room cost at the local hotel? How much to rent the museum's gardens? How much to have a wedding at the country club? Those venue fees are what you're going to gauge your pricing on. And when it comes time to quote for a wedding or a charity ball, you'll know what the other values are. Resources. I want to know who are my local charities, who are my top 10 employers, who are the top highest paid professionals, business headquarters, events, country clubs, and more. There's a metaphor in business, low-hanging fruit. It means a target that is easy to achieve. Well, if you'll look at the first one on the charity list, the Junior League, there's 5,000 members, ages 22 to 49. This is 5,000 women. What is the fastest growing demographic in polo? Women. Call them, ask them if they want to have a charity luncheon, take a group beginner clinics. If they want to do a show and tell, you could also bring that calm horse to their venue and do a show and tell. Again, 10% would be 500, 1% would be 50. Is your club ready to teach 50 new lesson takers? Do you have a plan for selling a Sunday fieldside luncheon to the Junior League? Going down the list, there's the Las Colinas Business and Professional Women's Club, the Irving Symphony, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. All of these are possibilities, leads to pursue that might come to your polo club, enjoy, raise money, and leave you with money in your pocket. Number 2, top 10 employers. This reminds me of the Google story. You can teach 75 lessons for $100 each to make $7,500, or you can call Citigroup and see if they want to hold a company picnic or a customer appreciation luncheon. It's just a phone call. All they could do is say no, or better yet, they could say yes. Who wouldn't want to hold their company outing at a polo venue instead of a stuffy banquet hall? I lost my train of thought. I know you don't have a catering kitchen, but there's another phone call you could make, which would be to those hip food trucks or the best barbecue guy in town. If you have a polo field, a computer, and a phone, you can make money. Number 3, top highest paid professionals. This one surprised both Tom and myself. Who knew that dentists were the top paid professions in the Irving area, and who knew there were 1,300 of them? There's a phone number. We would call the closest one. We'd ask if there's a dentist association, if they want to come and have their annual meeting field side, if they want us to do a presentation, if they want to come and do a lunch and learn. These guys would make excellent weekend warriors leasing a horse or two, growing your club and growing the sport. You can go down the list and you can pick 3 to target, and then once that hits a dead end, you can pick 3 more. Business headquarters, same thing. ExxonMobil, Gruma, Hostess Brands are all excellent potential for picnics and customer appreciation gatherings. This is also a great list to have when it comes time to think about sponsorships. I'll do a separate video on sponsorships. Omni Hotels could be your official hotel. Freedom Airlines could be your official airlines. And for Tom, who wanted to grow his junior program, learning that Boy Scouts of America had a headquarters in Irving was a brilliant place to start for growing his juniors and perhaps creating a merit badge for polo. It's also good to know what events are in your town. so that you can do what I call piggyback onto the momentum. Again, that's another video that I'll share with you. But like the Canal Festival at Las Colinas could now have a polo match associated with it. The 4th of July could have a polo match. The Salsa Festival. Look at number 1 on the list is the rodeo every Friday and Saturday night at 7:30 in Mesquite. You could go over there and hand out flyers or hire somebody to. Number 6, it's always good to have a list of your private and public schools so that when you're ready, you can do what IPC does. They have a brilliant Watch Polo Day for all the middle schools, and it's wildly successful. Again, I'll talk more about that in another video, but it's important at least to have the list. Number 7 is another important concept I call the herd. You are making a list of clubs, organizations, college alumni groups, singles groups, where people have been culled from the herd. They've been placed in one spot for you to approach with possibilities for being polo members, spectators, sponsors, like country clubs. If the Las Colinas Country Club was on my list, I would call the general manager and ask him to lunch. I would discuss ideas of having polo as another member amenity. So they would not only offer golf, tennis, dining, swimming, summer camps, but polo as well. Perhaps they want to purchase a VIP area for the members to enjoy Sunday polo. They could pass this expense back onto their members. They could even cater it themselves. Number 8, knowing the web's free calendars is always good. There's no excuse for not being on all 12 free event calendars on the website. Kids organizations. This is another group, a great group to target for charity events. You know, there's 16 Sundays in a typical summer polo season. You know, I would suggest you could do 8 charities that come and raise money on your sidelines as you're doing your Sunday polo. If you're just starting out, 3 is a good number. 4 would be good. Number 10, your press. You have to have a list of your press. These guys should really be treated like gold. They should be given a field-side luncheon, regular emails after Sunday with your polo match results and a photo, because you never know when Monday rolls around if they have a blank spot to fill in their sports section. But the press is always vital. It's good to start a relationship with them, take a couple out to lunch. And then this is one of my favorites, number 11, notable people. Who lives in your area that might want to throw out the first ball, do the coin toss, take a free lesson, while you call the press, of course. I mean, wouldn't it be a hoot to give a polo lesson to the drummer of ZZ Top? I bet he would love it. Or a football player, baseball player. There's an Olympic sprinter that lives in the Irving area, a former Texas Secretary of State, or Rex Tillerson, the CEO of ExxonMobil. Here's the website I go to find salaries by city. Again, all this is available in the paperwork on the USPA website under Google Your Club's Success. So let's review. Google. It's not only a company that wanted to rent a polo venue for $10,000 to hold a company picnic, but it's a concept geared towards easier money that can be found within the fabric of your polo club's community if you only know where to look. By Googling your foundations and resources, you now know who to target and where they are. Here are 7 action items from Googling the Irving Polo Club that I wanted to use as an example on how to move forward. Join the Chamber of Commerce and meet 8,500 potential polo spectators. Call the Junior League and offer beginner clinics and a field-side charity luncheon. Get in touch with the top 10 employers and see if they want to hold a company picnic at Polo instead of a banquet hall. Invite the dentist for a wine and cheese. Start a polo merit badge for the Boy Scouts. Add polo as an amenity at the local country club, and give a polo lesson to a rock and roll drummer. But remember to call the press. You guys have been great. I hope this video featuring Google. You guys have been great. I hope this video featuring Google has been helpful and thought-provoking, and that you are leaving with a million ideas on how to grow your club's potential. It is our job at USPA Polo Development LLC to help you and your club succeed, help it grow, move it forward towards sustainability, treating it as a business, not a hobby. The sport of polo depends on it, because if you fail, polo fails. A how-to list for Googling your club's foundations and resources can be found on the USPA website under Google Your Club's Success. This video series is supported and produced by USPA Polo Development LLC and Club Development Program Outside the Boards. For more information on this video series, please contact Director of Club Development, Justin Powers. Again, thanks, and looking forward to sharing with you the next Outside the Boards video.